it's time for Which is More Likely, sponsored by the Fort Worth Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Switching it up this week. Welcome into Which is More Likely. The concept is simple. I will present a series of statements to our esteemed panel, and it's up to them to decide which of the statements is more likely. And we start with offense. NFL has had a huge downswing in offense this year, so which is more likely the root cause? NFL defenses have finally adjusted to high-flying offenses, or we just have fewer Hall of Fame quarterbacks in the league now, a lot of rookies, a lot of play callers taking control of things. Chill, let's start with you. What do you think?
I think it's the latter. You know, it's a lot of bad quarterback play. You know, and you saw the difference in Carolina when they changed quarterbacks. Our man from TCU did have a problem moving that offense and scoring touchdowns all of a sudden, and they changed nothing but the quarterback.
John, what do you think?
I'm going to go the other way with it, and I just say that I do think that the defenses are doing a lot more. During training camp, I asked Zach Martin about, how difficult will this transition be for Cooper Beebe at center? Like, how different are these defenses doing just compared to when you were a rookie in 2014? And Zach was like, there's way more that's going on now than there was even in 2014. And so I'm going to give some credit to the defense. I do think there's a lot more disguise, and there's a lot more multiple things that these defenses are doing.
All right.
Yeah, I want to give a little credit to the defense too. I don't want to get too inside baseball here, but a lot of us have read about they're playing more too high coverage. They're trying to make teams, quote unquote, go the long way, take the shorter passes, be more conservative, and defenses are banking on the fact that because the quarterbacks might not be as good, they can't do it play after play after play. I think that's part of it. But one other thing, in terms of the early season, I do think, as I mentioned earlier before, football as bad as it can be in September now, because they don't get football players in the NFL ready to play football anymore. They just don't. That's not what training camp is anymore. It's just getting their legs ready to try and play. They're not ready to play real football, because the only way to get ready to play real football is to hit and tackle, and they don't, and that's why it's so bad.
And by the way, banning two high safeties is one of the more ridiculous things I think
Oh
I've
my
heard
God,
recently.
that was idiotic.
It is crazy, but you brought it up.
I'll say this about quarterback play real quick. If you haven't seen Aaron Rodgers play this year, it's like watching a different game. His mastery of the offense, it's like watching a dinosaur. Anyway, let's move on to our next statement here. This one's a little mean-spirited. Which is more likely to happen this season? One of the Cowboys running backs rushes for 100 yards in a game, or Brandon Aubrey gets the NFL record for longest field goal. He was close today. He had a shot at a 70-yarder in game one, which they completely blew off, and I could go on a rant about that forever. But, John, we'll start with you here.
Yeah, this is easy.
It's Aubrey. He's going to do it one game. I feel like every time that we're here, that he's got a chance to do it. I actually thought that he'd get a chance earlier today. I think there's a chance that he gets to possibly kick a 70-yarder.
Joe, your thought?
Yeah, no, it's Aubrey all the way, man. At the end of that first half, I was like, literally, all that team's got is a kicker and not much else. Chill,
what impresses you the most about Aubrey, just from what you've seen over the first 3 games here and last season?
He don't miss.
I
mean, seriously, he don't miss. I don't care what the distance is. He doesn't miss. It's crazy, because we saw Justin Tucker, my Longhorn, who was on his way to the Hall of Fame, one of the best kickers ever. He got the yips. Brandon Aubrey don't miss.
I'm thinking about the Snoop meme right now. That's a little profane. We can't say that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, John and Clarence. We hope to have you on again. Stay with us. Joe's Final Take is up next.
Thanks, guys.